Hey guys, and today we're going to be talking about something that's pretty interesting. This past weekend, I actually posted a picture of my 3 boys along with my 3 squale, and the fact that I plan on passing one of those to each of them. So that actually sparked up some pretty good conversation, which got me thinking about not only passing items to our children, but when the right time is to pass a timepiece down. That's coming up right after this. So I mentioned it was my Instagram post that kind of sparked up this conversation and got this train of thought of mine going. And what was really cool about it is that part of the conversation that it got sparking was some really good and really interesting stories and thoughts and plans from some of the folks that I interact with on Instagram. One of them actually came from Steve Scuba Pasco. He actually got a Breitling Super Ocean recently, and his son is going to be due here shortly. So what's really cool about that is that he plans on passing that on to his son, and part of his logic is that the watch will be the same age that his son is when he passes it down to him, which I thought was actually really cool, and I'm a little bit jealous that I didn't think of that myself. But another one is Matt Stuff, who's going to be turning 40 soon, and his next purchase is he wants to purchase something that's not only special to him, but specifically one that he intends on passing down. Another one is Pete Stuff, who also shared his story, and he has 2 sons. He plans on passing them down an automatic diver, which I think is pretty awesome. And the Wrist of Doty also shared his story, and he plans on passing watches down to his son. Now, a lot of us have all our watches, and as you know, sad as it may be, we can't take these to the grave with us. Although I gotta tell you, there's probably a few that I might want to take with me. But when I was kind of going through everything, I had my oldest son with me, and he saw the picture and he's like, oh wow, you know, that's really cool. And of course, you know, the question kind of came up, well, when am I going to get the watch? And I told him that, to be perfectly honest, I mean, I'm not entirely sure when I'm going to pass the squale down to him. I'm not sure if it's going to be, you know, when he turns 18 and graduates from high school, or, you know, maybe at 16 when he's older. You know, and he got kind of really sad. He's like, oh, I have to wait that long? You know, I mean, this is the instant gratification generation after all. You know, so I wasn't like overly surprised by his reaction to it. But the thing is, you know, I told him, I'm like, you're not going to walk around with a $900 watch at 11 years old. You know, it's just not going to happen. You know, it does beg the question, when is the right time to pass our watches down to our sons, daughters, nieces, nephews, whoever it is that you plan on passing your watches to? I mean, of course, eventually I'm going to pass on and they'll get distributed however they get distributed. But those 3 squale I have specifically to pass down to them before, you know, I pass on, if you will, as kind of, you know, a very nice quality timepiece that they can wear as young men as they go on to college, go on and get their jobs, get married, have their own families, and hopefully develop their own passion for collecting. But I was wondering what you guys have planned. I know a lot of you guys are married, you have kids, and obviously you're into watches, or you're probably not watching this video. I'm just wondering what you guys plan on doing with your pieces. And if you have one specifically that you intend to pass down to your son or daughter, when do you think is an appropriate time to pass down a timepiece? The other question that it got me thinking of is, what do you guys have a plan? Does anybody out there have a plan for their watches when they pass on? One of the things that does kind of give me some angst is, you guys know I'm madly in love with the JLC Squadra Reverso chronograph. When I do get that piece, one of the things that I have kind of thought about, which is, you know, maybe a little bit morbid and kind of crazy, is, you know, what happens to that when I die? If anybody else watches Pawn Stars, which for those of you that aren't in the US is kind of a show where people go into a pawn shop and try to sell things, and some of the people that you see go into that store will be trying to pawn something that's been in their family for generations, you know, because they want to fund a vacation or whatever. So when I watch that show, when I have watched that show, I can't help but think, when I pass away, am I going to leave something to my kids that has been as important to me, or that I've been as passionate about as my watches? Am I going to pass that to them? And then, you know, in a couple of years' time, they're going to end up in the line at Pawn Stars to see how much they can get for it. You know, I think I'd have a hard time moving into the light if I thought that one of those knuckleheads was going to sell my JLC reversal squadron chronograph. That's it for this video. I would really love to hear what everyone plans on doing, what they plan on passing on to their kids, when they think is an appropriate time to do that, and what's your plan for your watches when you're dead. You know, I'm just curious. So if you guys enjoyed this video, found it useful and entertaining, please hit like, and if this is your first time here, please do subscribe or go through the videos and see if there's something else that you like, and I'd love for you to be part of the AWC channel family. And those of you that are on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, check the links below in the description. I'm on all of those, and that will give us a chance to interact more regularly. That's it for this. CG out.